What if I told you there was a game dropping that has the exploration of Ghost of Tsushima with the combat and boss grandeur of a Black Myth Wukong or a Wuchang Fallen Feathers? An action-adventure RPG immersed in Chinese history and legend. One that you can traverse solo dolo or as an MMO. And then what if I told you that it's free? The game I'm describing to y'all is Where Winds Meet, and let me tell y'all right now, I've been waiting for this game for over a year. When I first saw Where Winds Meet, it would have been around when I was playing, probably finishing up Black Myth Wukong about a year ago. And in that moment, when I first saw the gameplay reveal and the trailer for it, I knew, yo, this right up my alley. Where Winds Meet is an open world RPG coming to y'all from Everstone Studios, published by NetEase. And it's a game that's actually already been released in China. For me, it's one of one and it's mind-blowing. I'm obviously in it for the combat, the boss battles, the open world mechanics, and there's a ton to do in this game, more than you probably think that there is. But the fact that they're making this type of game on this type of scale that can compete with the likes of, dare I say, the Ghost of Tsushimas, the Black Myth Wukongs, the Wolong Fallen Dynasties, the Wuchang Fallen Feathers of the world, and it's free to play, some people will roll their eyes and immediately start thinking about microtransactions. I know y'all been scorned in the past. But this is a game right now with quite the player base in its native country of China and great reviews. And if you allow me to showcase in this video, I'll show you exactly why I've been so hyped for this game for over a year, just like many people around the globe, as we're just 1 week out from its global launch. Shout out to the team at Game & Bowl, because you know I had to check out their video because I just can't contain my excitement. We checking out. You are absolutely not ready for Where Winds Meet.
The world that Everstone Studios has introduced in Where Winds Meet is quite an entertaining one.
Shit, maybe y'all not ready. I'm ready.
It takes great advantage of its narrative presence to craft an experience that feels grounded, gritty, and tailored to fit a variety of playstyles. Like a good open world game should do, a sense of freedom underlines everything you do in the game, with both main and side activities feeding into a gameplay loop that uses Wuxia to great effect, and weaves it into its exploration and combat.
If you don't know about me, I have become a prisoner to Wuxia. So a big topic in the gaming community lately has been like the Chinese developer boom, especially. And I mean, the developers in video games from Asia are very prominent and they have a long and illustrious history. But the Asian developer boom that's going on right now in the gaming industry is just like, I'm not even joking. They're like feeding like an addiction for me right now. And I personally am a prisoner to it.
The Unreal Engine 5 powered visuals are a great immersive factor.
Which is one thing I don't understand, because a lot of people have been saying this has got like mobile game graphics and looks like that. And while it will have a mobile port, I just don't know what people are looking at. When I look at Where Winds Meet, I mean, it's been visually stunning thus far.
Loading up your inventory menu to take stock of a situation, you might quickly realize
what mobile
that the
games are y'all
systems,
playing?
world map,
Y'all need to put me on in
menus
them then.
are
What mobile
synced in a
games are
way
y'all
that
playing
lets
that
you
look like
find
this?
where you need to go for nearly any upgrade that you need. Getting there might still require that you farm out a few levels before going over, but having the ability to track important personal objectives over the layer of a story and side content calling for your attention is clever because it fits into a variety of different playstyles. There are those who like to keep their gear updated as they take on increasingly harder challenges. There are also some of you who'd rather upgrade their stuff when they're in the vicinity of a suitable vendor, or perhaps only when you actually need to. Either way, making crafting such an easily accessible and crucial part of success here in the main campaign does a solid job of tying exploring the world into the game's larger narrative.
Yeah, that's one thing in this game that is going to be, I think people are going to be really shocked with Where Winds Meet on like how much exploration there is. I'm hearing that there's over 150 hours of content in this game.
With form and function. The game's Wuxia-based animations are certainly a sight to behold, and their integration into traversing the open world are quite innovative indeed. But do they lend themselves to combat in an equally important facet of the experience? The answer is yes. Destiny.
I wonder what build I'm gonna get into, y'all. I'm looking forward to it.
See what extends to the single player mode.
Kind of build I'm gonna go into, what kind of mythic arts I'm gonna use. Like, what is this, the fire spitting thing that I keep seeing? I can't wait to cop this. Learn this, whatever you gotta do to get it. Is this it right here?
Only extends to the single player mode, and multiplayer modes aren't.
Y'all getting scorched when I learn that.
It's a level playing field where the best of Where Winds Meet is sure to show itself, thanks to the combat system bringing weapon variety and a lot of enemies to try them on. Each weapon type in the game
I'm about to eat with this game. I've been waiting so long for this game. When I was finishing Wukong, when I was waiting for Wuchang, I was waiting for Where Winds Meet. There's a lot of names that start with a W. It's like a lot of alliteration. But I've been waiting for this game for a long time, and I know a lot of people have as well too. And this is like the highlight for it. This is like the main drawing point for me, but trust me, not the only one. But I'm excited for the boss battles. I'm excited for the variety and the common enemies, and just to get to it, just to be sword slinging, dual blading, rope darting, umbrella-ing. Like, so much to do. Lots to look forward to for Where Winds Meet. Obviously, they're doing a couple things that are a little bit different in terms of mechanics, but I just want y'all to really take in what you're seeing right now before we get into the next video. This is a game that is free to play. You're only going to be paying for cosmetics. It is not pay to win. And if you think that's a little too good to be true, listen, I understand. Y'all been scorned by some of these corporate greed corporations and companies. I get that. And free to play sometimes ain't exactly free to play. But quite literally, this game is out in China right now. Many registered users who have been playing this game for close to a year at this point. And what we're hearing right now is it's exactly what they're advertising it as. For me, it almost seems too good to be true to have a competitor to this many games that are in the Wuxia genre in gaming that you don't even have to pay a dime for if you don't want to. But that only adds to how hype I am for this game. If this game, all right, don't get no ideas, Everstone and NetEase, but if this game was $60, I would have paid it. I don't even think I learned that this game was free until like maybe this spring. And I was like, nigga, free? We got another video, and it's our friends at Game & Bolt again, and it is Where Winds Meets Combat Will Make You Obsessed in Minutes. Well, I've been obsessed just from the trailers.
I have always been a fan of games that let me take on opponents in a test of skill, and the action-adventure genre has given me a few lovely ones over the years. From the skillful parrying-based system in Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice,
this shit hard as hell. Like,
unique system of switching your moveset on the fly.
Don't go too far.
Close and personal with a worthy adversary has never been as good as it is currently. But then there's Where Winds Meet. Everstone Studio's effort to put its players in the shoes of a wandering swordsman looking to make their mark on a changing world.
He is moving, bro. He got all the weaves. He got all the crossover.
And its weapon variety and sheer amount of cool
moves.
Look,
they're going to rope dart right there. They're going to rope dart. I'm going to be using that, y'all. Y'all better come back for the playthrough.
A combat system that might just be the best one I've played yet. Let's get started. Smooth,
say that one more
stylish moves has me quite eager to begin a playthrough. It's time to take a closer look at a combat system that might just be the best one I've played yet. Let's get started.
All right,
smooth,
stylish, head. I hope this is not a paid
The idea of a Wuxia-based combat system and its potential success first caught my eye when I learned about Phantom Blade Zero.
Oh my god, they coming out with all the big, y'all. Oh my god, this is the best time for me to start my gaming channel. I know I'm talking to crickets right now. But if you hear right now, I appreciate you being down on day one, literally day one of this channel that I'm recording this. I put up my first video today when I'm recording this. This will be day 2 when this one goes up. I'm so excited for so many things that are going on with the Asian developers, the Chinese developers. Phantom Blade is another one of those. Phantom Blade Zero, another one of those next year. That is going to be like the same. It's in the same feeling I have for Black Myth Wukong. It could be a life-changing game for me.
A world that encourages improvement.
Okay.
Well, it may be easy to write off Where Winds Meet's combat system owing to the fact that there are only 7 weapon types on offer. Everstone deserves credit for making each one look, feel, and play quite differently. Let's take the sword, for instance. Its shorter reach belies a penchant for incredibly damaging counterattacks for those of you who approach fights with finesse and precision.
Okay.
It's the perfect companion for wanderers who prefer parry-focused playstyles, expertly deflecting attacks to put your opponents off balance and vulnerable to your swift slashes.
In games like this, I tend to be a player that likes to get my offense off pretty quickly and be able to cancel moves as effectively as possible. Listen, super weighty weapons, as cool as they look, are not always the best for me. Dual blades to me never seem to offer enough defense at the same time. This is probably what I'm going with, but keep in mind what I said about the rope dart. I'm gonna be whipping the shit out of these motherfuckers. I do plan on that.
Worthy adversaries. Of course, even the best combat systems could fall flat if the enemies you're wielding your skills against are not up to the task of challenging you. Thankfully, that's not the case in Where Winds Meet, and both basic enemies and bosses come at you with attacks and animations that you must learn in order to be effective against them.
So this is very true, and I'm glad that there's going to be a good challenge in this game, which, I mean, you should have expected it. But they did the... So actually, I'm filming this not even that long after they did the, like, launch, like, the global launch commemorative, like, stream, basically, on the Where Winds Meet official channel. And the dude who did, like, the demo playtest on one of the bosses in the game, even he was losing multiple times to the boss. Now, keep in mind, he developed this fucking game, and he was still losing to one of the bosses. Like, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a dog fight, and I'm up for that.
Bandits or human enemies bring the potential for some fun duels to the table, while elite martial artists could be forced to fight with both brain and brawn. There are also ranged enemies and even vicious beasts and giant creatures that could test your ability to posture break an opponent quite well.
Okay.
I'm especially excited about the parry system as it's my playstyle of preference, and it's looking like a very well-tuned mechanic from what I can tell. I wonder what a parry-focused build could do at higher difficulties, and how the lower end of the difficulty spectrum could tweak timings and windows to make things easier for players who are maybe a little bit more worried about the story. Overall, the combat in Where Winds Meet has me itching to dive into its excellent presentation and deep mechanics. I just can't wait to discover new builds, gear, moves, and different ways to defeat even the most challenging adversaries. To have those fights framed by a story that could be as interesting as the combat, that's just icing on the cake. If only the next few days could go any faster. And that'll be about it for this one.
As you can see, Where Winds Meet fans got a lot to look forward to after a pretty lengthy wait for all of us outside of China. Shout out to the team at Everstone Studio. Shout out to NetEase for really about to give me another one of my bangers. Y'all know I love some damn Marvel Rivals. Also one of my favorite games of all time. And y'all have done it again. When it comes to something like this, I'm going to be doing a bunch of open world exploration. I'm excited to get into the different mythic arts and the combat styles. And like I said, I got to be open to trying all the different weapon classes because this is a pretty expansive game with a lot to offer. And in terms of the story, I'm hoping that they fuse a bunch of Chinese historical elements and maybe even some mythology to make something that is really compelling for me and that we get months and months of play out of. Then you throw in the seasonal factor and how that can keep us coming back. And maybe that hopefully offers new common enemies, new bosses, new areas on the map, new classes, obviously new cosmetics. But with the vision that they've made for Where Winds Meet and everything that we've seen to this point with only 7 days left, I don't think I need to tell y'all. Y'all can see it on my face and body language. I am motherfucking hype for this game. And if you want to see me play this game, I'm going to be doing a playthrough. I'm probably going to have endless content when it comes to this game, on top of other videos that are coming up that I'm going to be covering Where Winds Meet in the coming weeks before launch day next Friday. Where Winds Meet fans, get ready. We got a lot more on the way, baby. We got a lot more on the way.